Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, beautiful people. Welcome back again to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Thanks for coming back. If you are new here, you're welcome. My new subscribers, jazakumullahu khairan, thanks for subscribing. And please, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Like my videos, share with your friends and families. Comment down below, I'll really appreciate. So inshallah, in today's video I want to talk about the punishment of zina. So we are going to conclude zina in this video, inshallah, because I explained in the previous video about the meaning of zina, the real meaning of zina in Islam. So now, if you haven't watched the video yet, go back to my previous video, click on it and watch it. You'll understand. Then after watching it, come back and watch this video where I'll be explaining Islam. Before you carry out any punishment, you need to be certain, and no punishment should be carried out except by the judge. So the judge is the one who has the right to punish anyone. If they sin or the crime has not gotten to the judge, no one has the right to punish anyone about it. But if it gets to the judge, then the judge has the right to punish. So now, before we talk about the punishment, how can the judge be certain about this crime? How can zina be proven before punishment? You understand? So zina can be proven in two ways. The first way is the confession of the adulterer. You understand? So the adulterer, firstly, he has to confess that indeed he committed this crime. If the adulterer is not confessing, no one has right to accuse anyone that, oh, you did this and you did that. You understand? No one should accuse anyone of sin except the person himself, the adulterer or the fornicator, admitted it or confesses about committing this sin. So that is the first way to prove zina. Are you getting it? The second way we can prove zina is the testimony of 4 eyewitnesses. Testimony of 4 eyewitnesses. And these people need to be men, 4 Muslim men. 4 people that will stand before the judge and say, 4 of us witnessed this, and we are reporting to you what we saw. So we saw so and so having unlawful sexual intercourse. So that is how it works. That is how zina can be proven in Islam. If anyone should accuse anyone of zina, then the judge who has this person, oh, who also witnessed this with you, because one person is not enough. It has to be 4 men, 4 eyewitnesses that they will describe, they will state out what they saw. Like they'll be like, we saw so and so doing unlawful sexual intercourse. The first person will testify that way. The second man as well, he has to testify. The third man has to testify. And the fourth man also has to testify. You understand? So if it's not up to 4 witnesses, then anyone who testify, maybe let's say 3 men testify that they saw one particular or 2 particular people committing adultery. If they are not up to 4, these 3 people will be beaten according to the Quran. Allah said, ولولا جاءوا عليه بأربعة شهداء فإذ لم يأتوا بالشهداء فأولئك عند الله هم الكاذبون. That why didn't they bring four witnesses? If they did not bring four witnesses, since they did not bring four witnesses, these people to Allah are liars. So before you accuse anyone of zina, you need to have a proof for your allegation. So the proof is that you have to be four witnesses, eyewitnesses, four people that will stand before the judge and say, four of us witnessed this, and we are reporting to you what we saw. So we saw so and so having a lawful sexual intercourse. So that is how it works. That is how zina can be proven in Islam. Even if you are four, and when you get to the judge asked the first person, they said, yes, I saw it. I saw these two people committing this crime. The second person said the same. The third person said the same. And then the fourth person disagreed that, oh, I did not see. You see, this person that said he did not see will make the judge punish these three people that saw, because anyone that say he did not see, we consider the person as the true sayer, and these three other people become liars. So they will be beaten 80 lashes. That is how the crime, strictly Islam is with this crime, because it is not something we should be proud of or we should accuse anyone of. So before you can accuse anyone of zina, make sure you are certain, and the four people you are taking to the judge, they are also certain about it. They witnessed it with their eyes and they are ready to, to report to the judge, because if they are not ready, you will be beaten. That person will be saved, and three of you will be known as slandered, like you accuse someone wrongly. So we need to be careful of what we spread. So the better thing to do is to be quiet. So now, if the judge is certain about this sin or the crime of these people due to the confession of the adulterer or due to the testimony of four witnesses, the next thing now is for the judge to carry out the judgment. So, what is the judgment of zina? What is the punishment of zina in Islam? The punishment of zina is of two ways. We have for the married people or the unmarried people. The punishment for the married people is more severe. Reason is that you are married, you have a husband, and the marriage we are talking about is halal marriage, the valid marriage, that the two families, they came together, they give out their daughter to another family, you understand? So valid marriage, halal marriage. So in that marriage, if you are married and you had sexual intercourse in that marriage, that halal marriage, you had halal sexual intercourse in that halal marriage, then anything that makes you go out to another man to fornicate or to do adultery, your punishment is stoning till death according to Sharia. So this is to tell us that before we marry, we should make sure that we are satisfied with the man or the person we want to be with. Whether you are a man or a woman, anything that makes you have halal marriage and you already had halal sex and you go outside to fornicate, to do adultery, then the punishment in Islam is stoning till death. So that is how severe your crime is. You have someone at home. So why do you fornicate? Even if you divorce, as long as you are once married to someone, valid marriage, even after divorce, that does not justify you to commit adultery. So the best thing is that before you go into marriage, ensure you are with the person that is competent, the person you want him or her to be enough for you for the rest of your life. And if anything happened, you discover that, oh, you can't cope with this person, the best thing is to divorce and remarry. Even if you are divorced, that does not make adultery permissible for you. You don't say, oh, now I'm divorced, and then you have you do zina outside. No, you the same punishment apply to you even if you are divorced, as long as you are once married and you had halal sex in that marriage. Anything that makes you commit zina afterward, your punishment is stoning till death. Are you getting it? So we need to be careful, married people. So we need to marry someone that is competent, someone that can satisfy our needs, someone that you know that, oh, this is commitment. I'm entering into this marriage and I'm satisfied with my husband or my wife. You don't go outside to commit zina, because if this should get to the judge, according to Islam, is stoning till death. So the second way, or the people, is the unmarried people. The second punishment is the unmarried people. Their own punishment is 100 lashes, and they will be banished from the environment they are in, because it is a shameful deed. So anyone who is unmarried or has never been married before, their punishment is 100 lashes. Even if you are married and you haven't had halal sexual intercourse in that marriage, your punishment won't be stoning, it will be 100 lashes. So what makes you qualified for stoning is halal marriage, and also you had halal sexual intercourse. So anything that comes afterward, zina that comes after it, the punishment is stoning till death. So we need to be careful. This is the punishment right now for the adulterer, depending if you are married or you are unmarried. If you are married and you had halal sexual intercourse, your punishment is stoning. And if you are unmarried, your punishment is 100 lashes, and then you'll be banished from the environment for 1 year. Are you getting it? So that people can forget what you did, because zina is a very shameful deed. You understand? Previously, before this verse was revealed, anyone that committed zina, before this verse was revealed, the verse of stoning and flogging, before this verse, before, anyone that commits zina, they used to keep them in one room in the house. They won't see outside again. You understand? Till death comes to them, their family will be feeding them, but they won't go outside again. They'll just stay in the house. Are you getting it? Until Allah brought another way for the people who commit adultery to be punished. So the new way they are being punished is that the Prophet said, "Khudhu anni, khudhu anni, qad ja'ala Allahu lahunna sabila." That receive from me. Allah has ordained another way for these people to be punished. Then he said, "Al-bikr bil-bikr jaldu mi'a wa tagribu am." That the unmarried people, the bikr, they are the unmarried people. He said, "Al-bikr bil-bikr," those who are unmarried, the unmarried male and unmarried female, their punishment is jaldu mi'a, 100 lashes, wa tagribu am, and they will be banished from the country or the environment. The reason why they will be banished is that so that people will take their eyes off them, because if people keep seeing them, they might be shaming them in public. So that is the reason for the banishment. So they should banish them from that society for 1 year, so that everything can settle down. And he said, وَثَيِّبُ بِثَيِّبْ الرَّجْمُ, that those who are married and they commit adultery, their own punishment is stoning till death. So this is how severe this punishment is. And the reason the punishment is severe is that Islam is trying to suppress this crime, is trying to make it stop. And this crime can only be stopped if these punishments are being carried out. So zina won't stop except when people see that, oh, they will punish us. That is the only way we can make people to stop committing zina. So as long as we are not giving punishment to these people, then zina will keep spreading. May Almighty Allah help us. So this is the punishment Islam has given out, that anyone who commits zina and there is a proof for it, these people should be punished. If you are married, the punishment is stoning, and if you are not married, the punishment is 100 lashes and being banished from the country or the society or community you are in. So another way we can suppress zina is to encourage marriages. If we encourage people to marry, we encourage marriages, we don't make marriage as something expensive before we leave our daughter to get married to anyone who comes for her hand in marriage. So marriage shouldn't be something difficult. We should keep encouraging young men. Please let us encourage marriages. If any of our children, like the teenagers up to 19, 20, at least if they are old enough, they are mature mentally, physically for marriage, and they ask you that, I want to get married, allow them, encourage it, because the honor of marriage is better than the disgrace in zina. The disgrace she'll be bringing to your family if you don't allow her to marry. That is why we have many young people having pregnant, and then the parents now allow them to marry just to cover the shame, you understand. But you can actually prevent that shame by encouraging them to marry. So this is everything about zina in this video, and I hope we understand it very well. Even if you are not punished in this world, there is a punishment for you after death according to Islam. So inshallah, watch out for my next video. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.